Flexibility has nothing to do with what stretches you do, and everything to do with how you think about stretching. That sounds wild, I know, but I've been a professional contortionist for almost a decade, and after all that time, the thing that changed my body the most wasn't a stretch. It was these 4 things that almost no one teaches you. So if you're dedicated but stuck, that's what we're fixing today. Starting with the one that happens before you even start stretching. You know that version of stretching that you've seen 100 times on Instagram? The soft lighting, the peaceful music, the girl in the perfect side split looking like she's having some magical experience, or just letting one rip.
Jessica, did you just fart?
Well, that version is everywhere, and it's straight up a lie. Stretching is not gonna feel like that most of the time. The honest truth is, it's gonna suck. It's going to feel intense. Your body is going to push back. There's gonna be a part of you that wants to come out of the pose the second you get into it. And what works, the actual trick, is learning to reframe your mindset and actually give in to the suck. Now, I wanna be really clear about something here. Most people haven't been taught what a stretch is supposed to feel like, and that messes with everyone. In stretching, there are 2 types of pain. The good kind is a dull, deep, slightly pulling sensation that's still pretty intense. It might make you want to come out of the position, but it's not sharp, it's not stabbing, and it doesn't feel like a warning sign. That kind of discomfort, that's the work. That's the feeling you breathe into. And if you stay in it and breathe, the feeling actually fades, usually within 10 to 20 seconds. Your body realizes it's safe, your nervous system lets go, and your body softens into the position. That's the magic moment. That's the rep. But there is another kind of pain, and this one matters. If you ever feel a sharp stabbing or pinching pain, that's something different. That's either you're pushing too hard or you're in the wrong position for your body. So ease out of it. Not all the way out of it, but just until that sharp pain goes away and you're back in the productive, dull zone. So sharp pain, back off. Dull intensity, breathe into it. That distinction is the whole game. And once you understand that, once you start to feel the difference between I'm doing this wrong and this is the work, everything shifts. You stop bailing out of stretches that were actually about to do something for you, and you start listening to the warning signs your body is telling you. And you start being able to sit in the discomfort that actually produces change. Flexibility isn't just a physical skill. It's the skill of feeling comfortable in the uncomfortable. And honestly, once you get good at that, everything in your life feels easier. Hard conversations, tough workouts, tough days at work where your instinct is to bail. Stretching is one of the few moments where you actually get to train that skill. 10 minutes a day where you sit with discomfort, breathe through it, and prove to your nervous system that you're actually safe. You're not just getting more flexible, you're getting better at being a human in a body that doesn't always feel great. That's the shift that this whole video is about. And it starts with knowing that the suck is just part of it, not a sign that you're doing it wrong. Number 2, and this one will keep you going on the days that number 1 is kicking your butt. You need to choose a dream dish. Hear me out for a second. I know it sounds weird. If you want to stretch long enough to gain actual long-lasting flexibility, not just like I touch my toes once kind of flexibility, then you need something that's going to pull you forward. Something you care about, not something I told you to care about. I call it your dream dish. It's the thing that you're slowly cooking up in your flexibility kitchen, the thing that you've always wanted to do, like the splits or touching your toes or even a back bend, but it's yours. For me, my dream dish is the contortion push-up. And if you don't know what that is, that's extremely valid. It's where you're in a chest stand and then you hook your feet behind your armpits and then you push up all the way into a handstand. It looks so cool and I still can't do it. And I've literally trained for over 20 years. I'm close. I can feel I'm very, very close, but I'm still not there yet. But here's the crazy part. While I've been working towards my dream dish, I've gotten really good at tricep push-ups, and I've actually built my triple fold, which some people will say is actually a harder skill. My shoulders got stronger, my core got stronger, my back got more flexible. I got all of this on my way to a thing that I haven't even achieved yet. So that's the magic of having a dream dish. The goal pulls you forward, but the process is where you create all of your little side dishes. And the side dishes are honestly where most of the value is. So right now, pick your dream dish. It doesn't matter what it is, it just matters that you pick it. And if you're sitting there like, okay, I have my dream dish, but how the heck do I get there? I have an entire video on how to structure your program. I'll put a link to it at the end. So while you're working on your dream dish, you'll start to notice some really cool things along the way. You'll tie your shoes and your hamstrings won't complain. You'll reach for something high up and your shoulder will just go there. You'll sleep better and your back will hurt less. That's the real return on investment. The dream dish is a good destination, but the side dishes are why you keep showing up. So pick your dish, make it specific, make it yours, and then build your menu around it. All right, number 3, and this is the one that people want to skip, so don't. You have to fall in love with the process. Here's the part no one wants to hear. Work begins when motivation stops. If you know, you know. The first 2 weeks of any stretching practice, you're running on motivation. You're excited. It feels fun. You're fired up, and that's cool. But motivation is a really bad fuel source. It runs out super quickly. And if you're only stretching because you feel like it, you're gonna stop the day you don't. So here's the thing that no one talks about with flexibility. Even if you achieve your dream dish, like let's say you finally get the splits, if you don't like stretching, by the time you get the splits, you're going to stop and you're gonna lose it because flexibility doesn't stay without maintenance. So the real goal isn't just becoming flexible. It's about becoming someone who stretches. And the good news is that doesn't take that long. Give it about 2 weeks of consistent stretching and it starts to feel different. Not like a thing you have to drag yourself into, more like a thing you just do. You still think about it, it's just not this big mental negotiation anymore. You sit down and you start. 2 weeks, it starts to feel natural. 2 months and you start to see actual real progress. That's the curve, that's where you're heading. And here's something that I want to be really honest about. The suck that I talked about in number 1, it doesn't fully ever go away. It just stops being the thing that decides whether you show up or not. And you start to recognize the exact moment in the stretch where the suck starts to show up, that point where your body wants to bail. But instead of dreading it, you almost welcome it. You know it's coming, you breathe into it, and then it passes. And weirdly enough, you start to like it. Not because the discomfort got fun all of a sudden, but because what happens around it. You start to notice that you feel better throughout the day. Your back doesn't ache as much. You sit up taller, your hips don't lock after a long meeting, you even walk differently. And here's the part that really hooks people. Once you start stretching consistently and then you stop, you notice. You feel stiffer when you wake up. Your shoulders start creeping up towards your ears again. Your hips get tight. You can actually feel it in your body. And that's actually a great thing because now you know exactly what you need to do. Most people walk around in stiff, achy bodies and just assume that that's how being a human is. So you'll stop assuming that. You'll know exactly what's happening and how to fix it. And if you want a good, structured place to start, I made a completely free 5-day flexibility reset to help get you started. The link is in the description. It's free, go grab it. And here's the really cool thing that happens once you've been doing this a while. You actually start to learn your own body. You start to learn what spots matter the most for you and what areas start talking to you if you don't stretch them for a few days. For me, it's my right shoulder. If I don't stretch it for like a week, then it starts to click and crack and it talks to me. It's like, hey, did you forget? I need you to move me. So many pops. Your body is constantly talking to you, and most of us spend our whole lives trying to ignore it, pushing through stiffness, numbing out the little signals, and then we get hurt or something breaks, and we're like, wow, that came out of nowhere. The work isn't just stretching, the work is listening. When you stretch with your attention actually on your body, not on your phone, not on a timer, not on what you need to buy at the grocery store, you start to hear what your body has been telling you for years. This area is tight, this side is weaker, that's the spot that's been making my back hurt. You become someone who knows their own body. And that, way more than any specific pose, is what makes you dangerously flexible. All right, number 4. This one's the hardest to teach, so bear with me. The quality of your stretch matters more than the quantity. What do I mean by that? It's a great question. Here's what I mean. I've been stretching for over 20 years, which is actually crazy. So when I go into a stretch, I can find the spot that my body needs to be in about a quarter of the time that it takes someone who's just starting out, because my body knows where it needs to be and what it's supposed to feel like when it's doing it right. I know the spot. And because I can find it faster, every minute I stay in that stretch is doing way more work than the same minute would do for someone that's still figuring out where the stretch even is in their body. But I want to be really honest with you guys. Some days I can't find the spot. Like some days I just get into the stretch and my body's just off. I'm just having one of those days. The position's not right, or my breathing's off, or I feel weird, whatever, it happens. And when that happens, what I've learned to do is to not push harder into it and try to find it, not get frustrated and just stop entirely. I don't decide that I've lost it and I can never do it again, because that's not effective. And I have tried that so many times. So learn from my mistakes. What works is to just acknowledge, okay, today's a hard day and let's see what I can get done. Because here's a framework that changed completely how I think about stretching. And it's not even from the stretching world. It's something that an Olympic distance runner shared that her coach told her when she was really struggling for a race. And it stuck with me ever since. The idea goes like this. A third of your training should feel awesome. You should feel like, yay, I love doing this. This is the best. A third should feel okay. And a third should feel like you actually are terrible at this. And you wonder why you started doing this in the first place. And if your ratio is roughly in that range, then you're doing it right. But that means a third of your practice days are not gonna feel fun or like you're making a ton of progress. That's not failure. That's just the math of getting good at something hard. If you feel amazing every time you stretch, then you're probably not pushing yourself hard enough. If you feel terrible every time, then you might be overdoing it and need to ease back a little bit. But the mix, the inconsistency, is actually the signature of progress. So if you have a stretching session where you feel off, things just aren't clicking, and you're rethinking all of your life choices, that's not a sign to quit. That's your 1/3. You showed up, you did the work still, and you'll feel better tomorrow. So that's what I mean by flexibility has nothing to do with what you stretch and everything to do with how you think about stretching. Most people stretch their body. The really flexible people stretch their brain. So you're feeling, you're adjusting, you're noticing where the sensation is. You're asking yourself, is this the muscle I'm trying to get? Or am I cheating with another part of my body? Is my breath getting shallow? Can I relax my jaw, my fingertips, my shoulders? And on the off days, you're also noticing, okay, I'm not feeling the spot. This is definitely not my best work today, but you're clocking the rep. And that's stretching with intention. That's the work. And the beautiful part about this is it compounds. Every time you stretch like this, even on the off days, you're building body awareness and you're learning your body a little better. So every rep makes the next rep more effective. So the same stretch that's doing 30% of the work for a beginner is doing 80% of the work for someone who's been at it intentionally for the past few months. Same time investment, but different return. This is why copying random stretch videos you see on YouTube or Instagram don't actually work and don't get you to where you need to be long term. They're putting in the time, but not the thought. So 10 minutes of stretching with intention beats an hour on autopilot every time. And that's how you get dangerously flexible. Not by stretching more, but by stretching with your brain. So here's what I want you to take away from all of this. The people that make the most progress in the flexibility space are not the ones with the best routines. They're not the ones with the most time, and they're not the ones that are already flexible. They're the ones that figured out that flexibility isn't just something you do. It's something you understand, and then your body follows. Get comfortable being uncomfortable, find your dream dish, fall in love with the process, and stretch with your brain on. And that's how 10 minutes a day does so much more for you than someone else's hour. So drop your dream dish in the comments, and as always, stay stretchy.